Hello, this is the Evolve Memberships webinar with me, Martin Bell from Utilities for Less, and it's on saving money, saving energy, and saving the planet. There's your bit about Evolve, your peer groups. And here we go. So, managing your business energy to save money, save energy, and save the planet. It's not sexy, it's not that interesting, but we do need it. We need energy every day to run our businesses. So it's a bit about myself. I joined Utilities for Less back in July the 1st, mid-COVID. I was fresh-faced, fearless and clueless, full of hope for the future and ready to take on the task ahead. And here we are back in November, when the webinar was due to take place, but we had gremlins. So again, we were mid-COVID. But today I'm better informed. I have a realistic idea of the task ahead, and I'm still fueled up and revved up and ready to help businesses throughout Dorset to become leaner, greener and cleaner. And I'm still fresh-faced. So this is, we are Utilities for Less. We're your local energy experts, and the U4L team offer a professional, transparent and consultative service with businesses. We provide a 360 solution for green energy and environmental utility management to the business community. We are proud to stand out from the crowd in the commercial energy sector because we actively look to reduce our clients' energy use using the latest efficiency products from the country's leading manufacturers. And our aim of making businesses leaner, greener and cleaner, we believe is achievable, but we need engagement to make it happen. So why should we save energy? Okay, so because it's the government has laid out the laws for corporate but also social responsibility to stop or slow down the damage we've already done to the planet, to make sure that the planet can sustain the future for the future population. The use of fossil fuels is most damaging and supplies are running out. Global warming, if you're a global warming non-believer, then you surely have to agree that cleaner energy is better for all. And to save your business money, up to 30, 50 and sometimes 70% on your utility bills. So these figures are just for sort of realism, in that between 1970 and 2017, the population of Earth has doubled, and it's the way that we're going. It's due to reach 8.5 billion by 2030. If our webinar took an hour, an extra 8,306 people will have been born. So how to save money on your energy bills? Well, best way is not to use any. However, that's not possible because we need energy to make our businesses work. So we can reduce what we use. So switch off anything, any electrical equipment when it's not in use, any heating or gas equipment that you have, make sure that that's turned off as well. We can buy energy efficient appliances. Today's appliances with a AAA rating that use far less energy to make them work. You can get staff involved into set up a let's save the world, let's save the planet, let's save energy program. So get the staff involved, and then nominate an energy champion. So find somebody within your organisation who's interested in green issues, who wants to help save the planet, and maybe pay them a wee bit more money as well. The money that they will save, or your business, you'll be well worth giving them a wee bit of a pay rise. Negotiate the best energy with your energy. Sorry, the best prices with your energy suppliers, and then keep well maintained and well insulated buildings. The other, only use what is needed. So so energy efficiency equipment comes into play here. We have energy monitoring systems that monitors the use within your building. It alerts you to any anomalies. It has programmable cycles which can switch off different areas of your building, so that for instance, I used to run hotels and restaurants, and the bar staff were always leaving the bar fridges on overnight, so this system would automatically switch them off, and that negates any human error. The investment on those takes around about 24 months to return. There's volume optimizing equipment. This reduces the volt feed from typically the volt feed coming into a building will be about 220, 230 volts. This reduces the voltage down to 210, 200, 190, depending on what your appliances need, and it also extends the lifespan of your appliances. We would look to see a reduction of between 10 to 20% on your utility usage, and your utility bills, depending on what equipment you have, and the return on investment in that this type of equipment is between 18 to 24 months. A Heaties gas boiler. This is a fairly new gas boiler that is out just out and about now. It's a 7 kilowatt fuel to produce the same amount of output as an 80 kilowatt boiler. The manufacturer has guarantee of a minimum 40% fuel saving. It's a plug-in to your existing system, so as an easy installation, and it looks for between a 40 and 80% reduction on your gas usage, and the return on this is between 36 and 48 months. Solar Venti is a solar-powered heat recovery system that filters hot, fresh air back into your indoor environment. Uses the air that is sucked out, your warm air that's sucked out. It reheats the cold, fresh air, and so you have a fresh, filtered air system. That it looks at between 10 to 15% energy saving on your heating bills. And the return on investment on that is, depending on the size of your building, between 18 to 24 months. Coolnomics is air conditioning and refrigeration energy saving. It's a monitor that plugs into your aircon system, and it saves between 20 to 40% energy, depending on how long your air conditioning is on, and it's between a 12 to 18 month return on investment. this is a brand new product that I've just recently found out about. It's a heated desk, so it's AAA rating. It creates its own environment. Can be set at whatever temperature you wish. And I know working in shared offices sometimes you've got somebody who's colder than you are, so it's ideal for large offices where everybody can have their own individual energy or heat settings. It saves between about 15% on your energy, and there's about 12-month return on investment. But you can make your own energy, and solar is the most common one. It comes in large panels, it comes in tiles, you can on walls and even carports. You've got wind, we've got onshore and offshore wind farms. There's also smaller wind turbines that can be put on your roof, and that can help produce your own energy needs. Marine power, harnessing the power of the waves. There's been a lot of companies up in the Outer Hebrides doing some work on harnessing the power of the waves, and they've got. I watched a webinar not so long ago where they introduced one of the companies introduced a huge piece of machinery that looked as though it should have been on Star Trek or one of the other sci-fi movies, and it basically it sits just under the level of the water, and it harnesses, it makes power from the waves. There we go. So water, we've got water power as well. Let's just take. There we go. Sorry. So we have water power. A Scottish inventor up in Edinburgh. It's a lady who used to work with her father, and she has redesigned the water wheel, and it's first redesign and patent of the water wheel in 138 years, and it can be upscaled to a huge estuary to harness the tidal power there, or scaled down to a wee babbling brook to harness the power from that. The renewable energy market accounted for nearly 50% of the UK energy to the national grid this year, and it's only going to grow year on year. So by the year 2030, we should need any fossil fuel to help us power our buildings. So how do we do it? Utilities for Less have worked really hard to streamline the way that we can engage with businesses, because businesses need to be, especially with the year that we've had, businesses need to concentrate on their business. So we look to manage all of their energy provision. So to engage with U4L, we do an EPC. We'll check your EPC and give you a free energy health check. This report will show savings in pounds, shillings and pence, that can be made across the board and how we do it. First of all, we would look to switch to your business to 100% renewable electricity. That would be done by our procurement team, and any carbon offsetting of gas use would get you to a carbon neutral status, which is a great achievement for any business. We install energy efficiency products such as the boiler I talked about earlier, or the the equipment to reduce your usage, and and then we look at the latest products and equipment from our manufacturers to further to make further savings, but to look at producing your own energy. All of our U4L clients are afforded our gold standard account management service, and this is provided by our highly trained, friendly energy professionals. So, as a business, we've focused on partnering with clean energy suppliers of 100% renewable electricity. These are all from British sources, so it keeps that money within the green market. We carbon offsetting any gas usage to attain your carbon neutral status, and we actively seek to reduce the amount of units that is used. We selecting and working with the best efficiency equipment and manufacturers in the country. The boys have worked very hard to build up relationships with people at the top of their game with regard to energy efficiency, and planning a more efficient future for all, and developing the net zero journey for organisations large and small. And again, that's all part of our gold standard account management. So facts and figures. Your standard, so light bulbs, switch to LED light bulbs. I say that to everybody. Your standard 40-watt bulb would use about 50 pence a day, as opposed to your LED partner or opposite is 11 watts, and that's 9p a day. And that would save you about just under £15 a day per bulb. So if you think of that in your own home, but also within your business, that's a pretty hefty saving that can be made just by switching bulbs. Reduce your monitor brightness. So if you switch it down to 70%, that can save 20% energy. It's not a huge amount of energy, granted, but it's 20% just by switching the brightness of your monitor down. 5 to 10% of electricity in our homes accounts for about 1% of global carbon dioxide emissions. So that's only 1% from our homes. If you think about where the rest is, pretty much from business and industry. So leaving a computer on overnight for a year creates enough CO2 to fill a double-decker bus. And then here we go. So leaving your photocopier on standby overnight uses enough energy to produce 1,500 copies of A4 paper, and it releases as much greenhouse gas over a year as driving from Cambridge to Paris and back again. And that's just by you can get rid of that just by turning your photocopier off, or use the energy monitoring system, which will do that for you. That's all well and good, but how do we pay for these? So there are grants and incentives around, and they're provided by central government, EU funding. There is still some out there at the moment. Low carbon Dorsets, they provide help and for up to 40% on equipment, and then so the future for our social responsibility. U4L look to develop an educational program with local attractions. It's actually Farmer Palmers. We've spoken to them about producing interactive activities for the children to do when they go around, with the support of BU and Dorset Chamber, and it's promoting the renew, reuse and recycle message to children. Primary school children are if we can get them just doing it second nature, it will be better for the planet. We do it because we're passionate about saving the world for the future of the future generations. We want to continue to support local charities like Lewis Manning. At the moment, we are working with them so that any connections that come through Lewis Manning, we will donate £250 in that business's name to the charity. And we're committed to 100% renewable business energy by 2030 and to get net zero buildings, certainly on your journey to net zero buildings, well on your way by 2030. So, quick recap. So, electricity from 100% renewable sources. We use voltage optimizing, saving up to 10 to 20% on your energy bills. Oil and gas boiler that is heaties, that will save a minimum of 40% on your utility bills. We lead by example, so turn off, switch off, carbon off your reduce your carbon footprint. Value the planet and save the planet. And then energy efficiency, educate. That is what we're about. If you've liked this presentation, my name is Martin Bell from U4L. If you haven't, it's John Smith from British Gas.